who has promised to get it together with Leon.
Thank you so much. It's good to have certain things illuminated. I have the pleasure tonight of talking to Leon about his speech, his folktale, simply as an entertained audience member. Not that I am a polished and skilled professional in this realm who can offer great insights for a vast improvement, but certainly as one who enjoyed the speech and will share my thoughts. Leon, I'm always of a mind, I'm privileged to get to evaluate your speeches. You've done a fabulous job with them. Tonight was like nailed. You did an excellent job with the speech. And the objectives of the speech, I think I'm going to go through those tonight as opposed to carrying on. The first one is, how did the speaker attract my interest to the story, and was I entertained? I love this little folk tale. And your introduction, of course, fun. And you referred to the author, which I thought was just a nice little extra hook, referencing Beatrix Potter. And then as you launched into your speech, you looked at each person and pointed to them as you recited the kids' names in the speech. I thought it was an excellent way of just bringing everybody in by putting a tractor beam on individuals. What techniques, tempo, rhythm, inflection, pauses, volume, did the speaker use that were especially effective? At the onset of your speech, you used your hands and you stood very still. You had vocal variety, but there wasn't much movement. And you described Mom going over to the rack to take her coat off, which I imagine you might have used that body language of her taking it, possibly putting it on, and telling the kids to be certain to be good children as she went out shopping. As your speech continued, you lit your own fire, and you lit our fires along the way, showing us additional body language. Peter Cottontail hopping down the trail, sneaking into the garden under the fence, ultimately hiding in the shed, cowering down, hands on the cheeks, at one point indicating his concerns. Talking to the little mouse was a great visual for me. When the mouse replied with the little eating the peas, I thought it was just great. It was clearly this little mouse doing his part in the story. You really pulled that together, and you just continued to build your body language and your vocal variety. It all just grew bigger as your story progressed. The most exciting part of the story is clearly Peter being discovered in the shed and then finding his opening to rip through the garden, drop underneath the fence, and scurry home. And you can see a shoe flying here and then a shoe flying there as he's racing to safety. Was the speaker successful? Beyond successful. You told a great story. There were some little hesitations that were noticeable, but they certainly didn't detract at all. It was a great little story. It moved along. But I did see those, just a couple of little ones. there were a couple of just little teeny tiny things. I'm gonna get. I think basically just the initial start to your speech where there wasn't as much animation, there wasn't as much visual activity that went with the descriptions that were happening early on. They did come together, they did build up well. You just did a great job. It was a fun speech. I saw Peter Cottontail racing around. I saw that cute little mouse. And you did a great job by summing it up with the moral of the story. We all got to take something home with us. Awesome job. Keep working at it. And I think we might have a new Rocky in the room.